Hi, I'm Heather Noel, and this is my friend Divya Darling, and she's from Australia, and we met here in Bali. And I want to tell you about this wonderful class I got to do with her. We have a co-working space here, and she was offering a class, and normally I don't go to classes, and I'm so glad I went to hers. And I'll have her tell you about it, but it works in perfectly for those of you doing the giving game, which is everybody watching this video, because that's why you're here. So anyhow, I'm going to have Divya tell you about what she taught me, and then we might do a little demo or just chat about what happened for me. Okay.
So the process that I taught at the training that I gave, the art and science of wise decision making, was on a technique called multiple brain integration. Multiple brain integration is one of the many tools that I am very passionate about because it helps people tap into the wisdom within, which is one of the things that I believe strongly in, learning how to decode the messages that we're getting from our brains and bodies and understand what they're really pointing to. So with this tool in particular, we acknowledge and appreciate that we have three brains. A brain being defined a complex adaptive neural network, and based on that definition, the head, the heart, and the gut are all three bona fide brains. My background is in neuroscience, psychology, and cognitive sciences, though I will keep this very basic. So it's very simple and easy for anyone to understand. And essentially what we do in the process of multiple brain integration is first and foremost create a space where the person is balanced and even. And Heather was my lovely demonstration during the training. And so would you like to do a demo on the process of how we can use even breathing?
Sure.
To just encourage and invite us to come to a space of autonomic balance. Our nervous system is calm and centered. Essentially, that's a fancy way of saying centered. So you're breathing in for the same count as you're breathing out. And in doing so, as you notice, Heather starts to amend her breathing, so she's breathing in
right away
and breathing out.
Yeah.
So she immediately drops into a more calm, receptive space. And so from this space of breathing in and breathing out.
And do this with me, okay?
Evenly.
Yeah. So everybody, I'm going to do this. You practice with us. And before we go there, tell them what you told me so that everybody who's watching this can have their own problem or whatever they're working with. They can follow the breathing, and then they can have their own experience of it. Do you want to do that?
So fundamental to this tool is recognizing we use this tool when we have conflict inside ourselves. So that's what this tool is used for predominantly. Part of me feels this way, part of me feels this way. I can't, and we're not quite sure. There's some area of conflict in our own experience. And so from that space of feeling kind of torn, conflicted, like I'm not quite sure, do I want to do this or do I not want to do this? The example that I often use is if you're experiencing a breakup, why is it so hard to get over someone if we're having a breakup? Well, my heart still loves him, but my head says you can't trust him. Or, there's different pieces of information, different wisdom coming from different brains. And so we speak to each brain individually. And so if you're listening along and doing the process whilst we're doing it, the invitation is to pick a context where you don't feel completely at ease yet, where there's still some friction. There's more friction than flow, and there's something that you would like to transform. Choose a context and be very clear what context that is. And so as you bring this context to mind now, you can put your attention on your breathing and begin to breathe deeply and evenly. And you may wish to close your eyes as you continue to breathe deeply and evenly. You can allow yourself to feel your body supported by the earth in any which way that it is being supported by the earth right now. You allow yourself to feel the muscles in your shoulders and in your back. Invite them to relax as you continue to breathe deeply and breathe evenly. And allow yourself to follow the sound of my voice. The sounds in the distance. As you notice any spots of color on the back of your eyelids. As you continue to feel the breath in the body. As the lungs exhale, inhale, as the belly rises and falls. And then dropping your awareness even deeper inside yourself, into your heart. And allowing your mind's eye to rest in your heart now, so that you can look up to see your head brain above and look down to see your gut brain below, as you be fully anchored into your heart now. And as you tune into your heart brain, asking it, what do I feel is truly important? What do I feel is truly important in this context right now? And observing the wisdom that this brain offers. And with that wisdom, bringing it up to the head brain. And consulting the head brain now. What do I think is really important in this context? What do I think is really important in this context? As you continue to breathe deeply and evenly, just observing, what wisdom does your head offer you? And bringing that wisdom back to the heart. And as you bring that wisdom back to the heart, asking it once more, what do I feel is truly important in this context, given what the head has offered? What do I feel? And just listening quietly. And then bringing that wisdom down to the gut. As you focus all your awareness on your gut brain now. And asking it, what does it deeply know is most important in this context? What does it deeply know is most important? And then just listening. And with the whispers of wisdom from the gut, bringing that awareness back up to the heart now. As you consult the heart one last time. What do I feel? Given what the gut has offered, what do I feel now? And when you're ready, taking a deep breath in and out as you open your eyes and return fully to this space. Would you like to share your experience?
Yes, I would. I was thinking about something that I actually have coming up tomorrow. I'm going to be doing an interview on the phone with a man named Gerald O'Donnell, and I really didn't know exactly what I wanted to ask him. I mean, I've heard him talk, and I know it's connected to what I do, but like, what questions specifically should I ask? And so I went into my heart with that question, and my heart said, don't try to plan, just be present, just be in this moment. And it'll be even more perfect, right? Then I went up to my head, and my head confirmed what my heart was saying, and it went a step further, and it said, when you go in your head, it's just a form of distraction, trying to figure it out. Then that thing started going in the background, and I was like, oh, and it was going, and my mind kept going. It goes, see, it's like that. It's like hearing that sound in the background, and yet notice that you can just be totally present. And this isn't the way that meditation is done, but this is like life. It's like life. Things happen. A chainsaw will go off while you're trying to meditate, and how much more powerful it is to be able to experience everything going on without fear, just being present. So then I came back into my heart, and there was this, oh yay, and you're so wise, and I love you, and and then I went down to my gut, and my gut, now this is the tricky part for me, is I get so kind of out of it in a way that I almost need to like have a little recorder to say what I'm being told. Okay, I'm being told this right now, but I was trying to be good and be quiet because everybody else was going to be working on this, but my gut. So this is what's interesting that I learned about the gut. The gut's highest expression is courage, and the mind is creativity, and the heart is compassion, the 3 C's. I learned that in the book the other day. I was looking through this little book. Anyhow, so my gut was telling me that when I choose to be in a place of courage, because it kind of takes courage to not plan it all out, know what's going to happen, and it said that when you have that courage, that is the place of true creativity, and that it brings the heart out, because it's not the brain figuring out, well, we need to talk about this and then that. And if you've ever heard anyone do that up in their head, it's like, oh my gosh, I get really bored personally when people are just here and it's all going from here. Whereas when someone's coming from the heart, it's just infinitely more interesting, don't you think? Yeah. So that was what I got, and the first time we did this, I had an experience which was about where I was kind of wondering what was going to happen in terms of the app, and some of the some of the challenges I've had just getting people to listen to it, because it's 13 hours long, and getting people to understand what it is. And I got a beautiful message, which was my heart again reminding me to stay present. And when I took it up to my brain said, that's right, you have to be present, because time is just a construct of the brain. It doesn't even exist. So your whole idea that there's a certain amount of time that you want to get something accomplished in, all that, I brought that back to my heart, and then I went to my gut, and my gut again came from this place that said, and this has been with me all week, that it takes courage to be present. It doesn't take any courage to worry about the past or the future, but to stay present takes courage. And then I brought that back to my heart. And I'm telling you, well, this is why we're here today, because it's been amazing for me. And I'm so used to doing this that I feel so grateful that you were willing to share this with everybody. Thank you so much, Divya.
Yeah, my joy. My sincerest hope is that you use this tool, in moments that you feel conflicted, and allow it to transform. Because like Heather, she was like, wow, got chills, and it is quite a powerful experience. So I hope that you've had that as well. And if you have any questions at all, feel most welcome to reach out. Yeah.
Awesome. And tell them very quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would just like you to quickly tell everybody what it is. The reason I want to really share Divya in more than just this one little way is because this program that she has is in Australia. And when I went onto YouTube to try to search it out, I found nothing in America. So I wanted to at least be able to let you know about her. And hopefully, since we can do stuff online now, and that this will be an opportunity for this to go out into the world for other people. So if you could just quickly tell everybody, and then I'll put a little link on the site too.
Yeah, so this is one of the focus of the week we have as part of our program called Your Success Code. We've only just rebranded from the Excellence Program. It used to be called the Excellence Program for many years. And now it's Your Success Code, because it's a very personalized experience, right? Every tool has you tap into some aspect of self that you might not have known about. And so they're all grounded in science, based in science, but explained in a very simple storytelling type of way, very easy to digest format. And the whole of the program, you'll notice the learning the tool, practicing the tool took less than 10 minutes. And that's the case with every single focus of the week. Less than 10 minutes a week. It's designed for the busy you got a lot on in your life. There's heaps that's happening, and you want the most powerful, potent tools to help you tap into what matters most. That's the space that these come from. And this is one of 50 that we share as part of Your Success Code. So if you're curious to learn more about that, you can check out intrinsicbrilliance.com.au or yoursuccesscode.com.au, or email smile@yoursuccesscode.com.au.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for watching. And the other reason I wanted to share this is that most people play the giving game and then they might go back and start over. And I know many people have done it like 4 or 5 times so far. And I thought this would give you a new area if you're really dedicated to changing, because this is a year-long program. And so I feel that, and I have to tell you, I mentor small groups, and I was doing 8 weeks where I would just do the 8 weeks and I'd stop and start over. And then just organically, the last group I was working with just went, you know what, we don't want to stop. And they kept going, and we've been working together for 9 months now, and it has been the most amazing experience of my life, seriously, to watch these deep changes that these people have made. So I wanted to just really extend this to you, because I don't have the time to work with everybody. I keep my groups down to like 8 people. So, you know, but they're more set up to do more. So if you're looking for more, I would really like to suggest my wonderful friend Divya.
I would be honored to support you through weekly reflections into self. We call them life labs. We take the frame that you're a scientist and life is your laboratory. So you're here conducting experiments for yourself and getting some feedback and some data about what works for you and what doesn't. So
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you. See you later.